Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aries for the month of October, including late September 2025. So welcome Aries. So we are currently in your polar opposite sign of Libra, which is an air sign. So we're talking about communication and balance for the next 4 weeks. That will be the influences whilst we're under the Libran spell. So Aries, you are in your 7th house of relationships. So this covers all relationships, positive and negative. So just keep an eye on what comes up, because it'll be interesting to see what's the underlying stuff that goes on with your relationships and how it's going to play out this 4 weeks. So the energy around is the 10 of Swords. So the end of a family curse, as I call the 10 of Swords. So basically the end of a bit of a rough period where you're just sort of in your mind, in your head a lot. And, you know, for Aries, that is not a comfortable zone. It's like, no, let's just get on with what's at hand. We want to move. We don't want to be dwelling in that area too long. So anyway, push comes to shove, family curse, 10 of Swords, it's come to an end. So the culmination is here. So let's move on and see what the rest of the messages are for you in your 7th house of relationships. Nearly there. Okay. Where you are right now, Aries. And we have the Ace of Swords. So we have clarity. How amazing. We finish on a 10 and we jump straight to the new beginnings of clarity coming through. A breakthrough. It's like it's over. Finally you get clarity of everything that's been going on, that's been maybe disturbing you, and you get that clarity and you're like, right, let's start again. Let's, push forward now with this new energy of clarity and things sort of really making sense. What's influenced that to come in and will influence the rest of the reading is the 6 of Cups. So very much this is a card of emotions, obviously, because it's cups, but this talks about people re-emerging from the past. It could be people you haven't seen for a very long time, and suddenly you hear from them again, and it's so exciting and fabulous, and it's just out of the blue, and you just think, wow. It's also a time, I call this a past life card, so it sort of does hark back to days when we were younger and things were easy and simple, and kids, young people, kids just doing what they do. But there's a very strong connection to that. So whoever may be contacting you, or whatever may be coming back into your life sort of suddenly in the next 4 weeks will be quite interesting. And of talking about relationships, of course, that's another interesting factor for you to consider in this special time. Let's go and look into the background and see what was going on in August, September. And we have the transformation of the Death card, or the transformation card, Scorpio. So really sort of slow change happening. Change that you've sort of initiated because you wanted the change. The change going from one state to another. I know for some of you this year has been, Aries, there's been a big shift for you guys one way and the other. The various followers that I have, I know that they've been really working hard at this change and doing so well with it. because it really, sometimes it's just not easy to contemplate even doing it. But then just relenting and going, okay, I'm going with this, I'm going to do it, and I'm seeing results, and I'm changing into a person, or not really changing, just gradually becoming the person that I really want to be, without, you know, certain things that have had to go by the wayside. If you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. So very powerful card there. Congratulations to Aries with that, because whenever we get the death card, people freak out, of course, because they think it's imminent, the imminent end of their life. It's not at all. It's just the transition from one state to another, like from winter to spring, for example. And that's the best analogy I can think of that really suits the death card. Okay, let's see recent influences. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So if you've been feeling, sorry, excuse me, if you've been feeling a little bit out of sorts recently, a little bit like, oh, I don't really feel part of the group, I feel sort of excluded, that would be correct, because that's 5 of Pentacles. And it's another card of change, but a minor, not so drastic or massive as this one, but it's sort of that change of sort of just needing to be on your own a little bit, to sort of just absorb everything that's gone on, find out how you're tracking, where you're going, what's really important for you now, post or during this transformation. So don't be worried about it. It's very temporary, that you may just feel out of the loop with people, but necessary. It's just part of that change that you're going through. Okay. It's got a powerful card too, this one up, for many reasons, you know, very personal. The lesson. We have the Page of Pentacles, so we have something new coming along, a new project perhaps ready to be birthed, a project that's going to bring in financial reward eventually, but it's something that Aries would really covet, because it's about sort of feeding and growing something. It's a project, it's something that really would mean something to you, and it's got very strong foundations, being a Pentacles card, because that's earth. So good luck with that. Feed and grow it as you do any little seedling, and before you know it, it's growing into a massive tree. So that's a really nice card to have. It also talks about children. Maybe some of your children, you know, are growing into themselves and showing a great deal of promise. But being the key to the Page of Pentacles is that they're very grounded. It's a very grounded sort of situation happening here. Let's see near future. And we get Justice. The card for the Librans. There we go again, your polar opposite. So karmic events, balancing, absolutely getting everything kind of quite how you want it to be. It's not easy, but when we get this Justice card coming in, we have cause and effect with karma. We have seeds we planted in the past will yield either flowers or weeds, whichever way it happens to go. But so you get actions and consequences with Justice as well. So something really interesting is unfolding here. You've got 2 massive cards sort of coming in to say, okay, this is where, you know, groundbreaking sort of stuff that you've been dealing with, and you're doing really well with it. What's happening that you're not realising? You have the King of Wands, the dynamic King of Wands, and I would imagine this is closely associated with yourselves, being a Wands card, belonging to you belong to the Wands. So he is a great leader. He is a great inspiration to a lot of people. He sort of moves around, and he could very well describe yourself. But because it's sitting down here, you're not kind of realising who it you know, it can be you, or it can be somebody, maybe somebody from the past coming in and sort of giving you that inspiration or giving you that lift that you've needed, because as I can see, there has been some, as with everybody, a bit of dramatics in the background previous too. So this card's just a reminder of where you're going, who you are, and what qualities you possess. So don't forget it, Aries. How others see you. No, the Queen of Wands. There she is, classic Aries, feisty, very opinionated according to some people, but it's just the way she rolls. She says it how it is, whether they like it or not. And a few Aries girls I know that listen to this, I think of them and I think, yeah, that's it. There's no corners cut with her. She just delivers, whether you like it or not. But the best thing about the Queen of Wands is she's honest, and she says what she thinks. She's creative, and she's forward moving. So we just love her. So that's how other people see you. So isn't that great? Positive feelings, High Priestess. High Priestess is amazing. She is talking about using your intuition. Very high on the list for this next 4 weeks, and plus also it's about keeping your own counsel. I feel like there's something brewing with you guys. I don't know what it is. It hasn't really come to the surface yet, but there's just some sort of highly spiritual matter that you've been sort of working on in your own personal growth sort of area that's going to come to fruition. But it's nothing that you can actually talk about with other people. It's highly personal to yourself. And it'll probably come about, I think, it'll come to its zenith in about February, March time, because this is the card for Pisces, which is the sign before you. So it's very special and very personal. So just saying, keep an eye out for that. But I feel like you already feel the rumblings of this, because you've got so many big, 3 massive major arcana cards in here, and talking mainly about personal achievements, personal gains and transformations within yourself as a person in the house of relationships. Where better to start than with yourself, your relationship with yourself. Okay. Final outcome. And we have the beautiful Ace of Wands. So you have 2 aces. So energy coming in leaps and bounds, abundance of energy coming in. Just things going really well for you, having the energy to do whatever it is you want to do. It's a card for some of the younger ones for fertility. Very much if you're looking at family planning, etc. This is a really great card to get, because it's that physical energy card that, you know, deals with fertility, obviously. Yeah, so but over and all, a great time coming up. And congratulations, Aries, really, you know, from what I see here, you've really gone through the hoops and come out the other side, but with this higher sort of perception of yourself, which is so important, because when we have it for ourselves, then everything else, all other relationships can just sort of thrive off that. One last thing, I want to grow my channel, so I need you, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, please like, please send me feedback. It will help me and the channel to help you. Thank you very much for all your support and listening. Have a great 4 weeks.